is Kayla Waller with Waller Adventures, and we are coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. I got Audrey with me today. Everyone gets to see her live and in person today. So, we are coming to you live so we can actually tell you in person about our experiences with the paranormal that we have been dealing with for the past month. Yeah. So, we're going to get right to it. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is a ghostly encounter. A ghostly encounter is a ghost tour. It's a 90-minute ghost tour through St. Augustine, Florida. And even though that she told us some ghost stories, we actually had some experiences. So I will play the clip real quick. Let me blow this up a little bit better so y'all can see it. Let me blow this up. All right. So here's the clip.
There's no explanation. I cannot debunk the photo, which is really weird. You got her. Look.
Audrey laughing. I ain't sure the clip yet.
She's just passing the window.
Right. Here, let me see your pictures again.
See? Here, it's in the middle.
Yeah. That's in the center. And it's kind of a little to the other side. Jeez.
Now it's fully over to the left. Yep. And remind me when we get back to the shop, and I'll show you the picture that Old Town Trolley sent me from the inside of the building.
All right, so we're going to show you the pictures again. So that's the first picture that Audrey took. It's kind of blurry for some reason. Well, I can't really see it for some reason. But you can see that she's moved. That's the first picture, and that's the second one. You can see where she's moved. She was in the center, and then she's off to the left a little bit.
All right, guys.
That is creepy.
I think the creepiest thing about it was I was staring at that window from the time she started talking about something in that room. And I saw with my naked eye something there. That's why I started taking pictures. Like, I want to see if I can, whatever. And when I realized when we were all looking at our pictures that the object had moved, what freaked me out the most is while we were standing there staring at the window, we did not see it move with our naked eye.
No, we didn't. You could see it with your naked. I mean, you could see it. There was something in the window. I thought it was a box or an easel or something.
I thought it was an easel in the window.
Yeah, but then she was talking about the pictures that someone took, and so we took pictures, and that's what we got. We got some movement.
Yeah.
And it was creepy. It was very, very creepy. All right, so all week long we have been dropping shorts of kind of some sneak peeks of the old jail. The old jail is in St. Augustine, Florida. We did a video, just the normal tours. You can go there and do just a normal tour of the old jail. Every 15 minutes they do a tour. And we did that, filmed it, posted on here, cool. Saw that they do the old jail after dark tour. I keep wanting to call old jail after hours tour, but it's not. It's old jail after dark tour. And they have professional investigators investigate with you. The two that we dealt with was his name's Francis, and his nickname is like Fran or Frank. And then the other one is Giselle. Is that right, Giselle? Giselle. Yeah, she's the medium, and she actually knows all the people from like Kindred Spirits. If you can watch them on Travel Channel. I did learn that the two that are on Kindred Spirits actually came from Taps. They used to be on Taps, and then when Taps kind of dispersed, they started their own show, which is Kindred Spirits. So they go there all the time. Actually, they were, when we filmed the old jail, they were actually going to be there the next day. That's why I couldn't get tickets for Friday and Saturday. I was so mad. I was like, gosh, it would have been really cool to have experienced all that with them. But the time that Audrey and I went was September 8th, the day the Queen died, Darlene's birthday. Then when Jen and I went, it was actually October 11th, the night before my birthday. We tried to get the ghosts to sing happy birthday to me, but they wouldn't. No one said happy birthday. That would have been creepy. Ugh.
That thing was still pretty creepy.
So, give me 2 seconds. I can show you the footage that me and Jen got. So Jen filmed this on her iPhone. So the backstory before any of this happened, they're really short videos, and you can look at them and kind of be skeptical about them. But it was only me, Jen, and Francis, the professional investigator. He was with us. That was it. Me and Jen had the whole jail to ourselves, and Audrey was supposed to be there with us, but she didn't. She was asleep. She fell asleep.
I worked the night before.
Yeah.
I was tired.
But anyway, so we get there, and Francis didn't, he was like, you've been here before, let's just go start, doing the investigation. So he asked, what's the first place you want to go to? And I said, Gym Pop, because we got a lot of evidence from there last time I was there. Go to Gym Pop. Turn the spirit box on. We turned the REM pods on. There's 3 REM pods and nothing. And we were sitting there and we weren't getting anything. So I said, well, I guess it's time to pull out the music. And as soon as I said music, everything started lighting up. I was like, oh, okay, I guess we want to listen to music.
They really like music.
Yeah. So a little bit more of a backstory. So Giselle was telling us some of the names of the inmates that were there. Dan was one of them. He's the one that doesn't like women in his cell. I mentioned him in one of the EVPs and in the video. He actually responded to me in our video of me going into his cell. He said, it's fine. And Giselle says, yeah, he said it's okay, you can go in there. But the reason why I didn't go in there and sit down was because he likes to punch people. She said it feels like a push on your lower back, and I was like, I'm not about that life. So the other one is Sarge. Sarge was an inmate there, a African American inmate, and when you go look at the jail, there's it's an open room, but in the center is the jail cells, and there's 2 layers. The top layer is for whites, and the bottom layer is for others. So Sarge was on the bottom, layer, and he loves Lizzo.
Oh yeah, he does.
He loves Lizzo.
Yeah, he does.
He loves watching her music videos because she is a voluptuous Black woman. So he is all about it. But he also likes other music. He likes Camptown Races.
Loves Camptown Races.
Yeah, and I played some Elvis for him.
Jailhouse Rock, I think, was one they really liked.
Yeah, I played that for him, and Jen caught that on her iPhone. But I can play you. I'll play you the first Lizzo video that Jen and I caught. I mean, you can see that the only REM pod that's blowing up is the one in the center. The other 2 are not blowing up. But yeah, so he loves some Lizzo. But I did send these videos to the Kissimmee Paranormal investigation team. They are part of the TAPS family, so I'm waiting to hear back from them to get them authenticated. But I don't know how else to describe it. I did send it. I did post it in a real paranormal group, and they were bashing the videos, but the videos are only a couple seconds long. That one is 18 seconds long. So you kind of, they don't know what exactly happened to begin. And like, at first, like when I said, hey, let's play some music, and everything lit up. I didn't even have my phone, nothing. The only electronic that I had that would get signal was my phone, and I barely got signal there. But they were bashing it, and I said, I'm just going to ignore it, because they don't know the whole story. The only people that know the whole story is me, Jen, and Francis, and Audrey knows. She's like, yeah, that's legit, because she was there the first time it happened.
We played the same song, Lizzo, when we were there, and they're starting to get a little risque.
Yeah, we'll show you that later. But also the other thing is, we sat there for 45 minutes, and that went on for 45 minutes, lighting up of the REM pods. We didn't get any EVPs, but the REM pods lit up for 45 minutes. So I said, hey, let's go somewhere else in the jail and look around and see what else is going on. Nothing else is going on. Everything was completely dead. Then we messed with the crawler. I'll show you that video in a second. And we went back to Gym Pop. Nothing. I even played Lizzo again. Nothing. They were done. Like, when I was playing Lizzo, Francis was going around to the 4 cells in front of me and would stick the K2 meter in, and he would slowly pull the K2 meter back, and when it lined up with the door, it would just go all the way to red. Every single cell was doing that. It was like they were coming out of the cells, congregating on top of the table and me and Jen and the REM pods, and was having a dance party, because they wanted to see the music, hear the music, and look at Lizzo. And then as soon as I stopped, they all went back in their cells. It was weird, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. But that's what you missed.
Really not a whole lot of explanation. I mean, it's like, okay.
All right, so I'll play you the 2 Elvis clips. So the REM pod is showing red. That shows that there's something there. It's more of a heat. It's showing that there's a heat there. When the lights light up, that's showing that the energy is moving around. So that first video, we weren't getting any responses, and then a little later we got this.
Now it's there.
And you can see Francis in the back with the K2 meter, and it's going off to show that there's something else, that there's something there around the table.
Yep. Grandpa's not lying.
Yeah, you said Grandpa's not lying.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I just find it very kind of funny that the Ghost of the Prisoners really like that song.
Yeah, it's so weird. So, like, the jail was open 18 something, but it closed in 1953. So Jailhouse Rock was out during that time period. So that's probably what they listened to, or knew about. They probably knew about Elvis, obviously, because Elvis was so big. But yeah, so it's really cool that they like that song, All right, so the next little video I'm going to show you. So when we were there the first time, we were warned about a creeper thing, and it scared me to death.
Oh, she was freaking out.
I was freaking
waiting
out.
for this thing to grab her.
So how they explained it was a crawler/creeper is a dark entity, and it does like this, and it creeps around the floors, the ceilings, the walls, and it's a dark entity. And they said that every location that has a dark history, such as the old jail, has one, or sometimes multiples. It just depends on how big the space is, and they don't know why. They don't know how they come about, but I guess because they just feed on dark energy. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, but they told us that they love calf muscles, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm in shorts. I'm going to get attacked. Because a little fact about me, I have the most random stuff happen to me.
It's true.
The most random. And I wish I can film everything, but I get the most random things happen. There's only one person I know that gets it worse than me, which is Katie that works with us at Universal.
I still got to meet this girl.
Yeah.
She's going first. She goes hunting with us. She's going first.
She gets it 10 times worse than I do. But I was like, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be the first one to get possessed or something. Something's going to happen. But stuff did happen around me, but it wasn't like that. But they were, Francis, Giselle didn't say it, but Francis was saying that I might be sensitive. I don't know. I've never tested this theory out. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. But yeah, so we didn't know where this crawler creeper thing was until Jen and I go, and he tells us that he is living, or it's an entity. It lives in the solitary confinement cell. Thank God I didn't go in there the first time. I was not about to go in there the second time, but we filmed it from outside the cell. But apparently it lives in the corner, and you can also experience it if you watch the Kindred Spirits episode of the old jail. They bring in Chip Coffee, and he's a medium as well, and they blindfolded him before they brought him into the jail and put him in that cell, and it tears him up. He is breaking down crying. I mean, he is. It's something to watch.
It's a little tough to take.
Yeah, and so that's how powerful this thing is. But Francis is just in there, just walks right in and just in like nothing. I'm like, I'm terrified. Like, I don't want anything to be attached to me. I don't want anything to get. I don't know. So he goes in there and puts Boo Bear or Boo Buddy. I call it Boo Bear. Boo. I don't know what you call it. It's. I'll show you what it looks like here. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me share the page real quick. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. All right, so this is what this thing looks like. It looks like your normal, typical teddy bear. You can see in some of the pictures that it's lit up green in the center. That's telling you that it's talking. It has pre-recorded questions in it, and it sounds like a child asking these questions.
Okay, now that's freakier than the crawler.
Yeah, that's creepier. It's like, it's like, can you tell me a story? And
No,
I'm like,
no.
Okay, this is even creepier. But I just glanced at the comments. I am horrible at doing this live stream because I keep missing the comments. See, Josh, when I worked in the prison, I saw lots of ghosts. Yeah, like I think jails are like the most haunted things.
Oh,
ever.
sure.
But anyway, so sorry, I just saw it lit up and saw that there was comments going on. But so this Boo Buddy, like he's got pre-recorded messages in him. That's what the green lights were when he talks. But the red you see in his hands, he'll tell you, he's like, oh, it's getting warm in here. Oh, it's getting cold in here. Oh, you tickled my tummy. And it's creepy. Like that lets you know that something is around him and something touched him. And it's just really, really, really creepy. It's just how he talks. I got some EVPs of him talking. But here, hold on. Let me go back to the videos. All right, so here's the video of the crawler.
Yeah.
So I'll explain it. So there's a grid going on up at the top, and it's supposed to show when something walks in front of it. When a human walks in front of it, it turns red, but when something cold walks in front of it, it turns blue, like you can see in the video. That whole grid is blue. That whole thing is lit up blue because the crawler is coming out and looking at the Boo Buddy, Boo Bear, whatever it's called.
I am so glad I did not go in that room.
I know. But yeah, and but this thing is intrigued by Boo Buddy. It's curious about it. Francis said every time they put it in there, it comes out.
This should tell everybody something. Do not buy this toy for your children.
But I mean, it was creepy. Like the first time we went there, as one room I looked at and was like, nope, just went on because I did not want to go in there. And then this time it was just, I'm glad I did not go in there. But all right, so here are the EVPs we call it there. So the first one we call a female voice. I was standing in front of Dan's cell. Dan is the one that doesn't like women in the cell. So I'm asking him, like, hey, last time I was here, I asked if I can go in your cell, and he said it was fine. And I'm trying to talk to him. So there's stuff coming over the spirit box. You can tell the difference between a spirit box and like a legit EVP recorder, because the spirit box has some like reverb and echoing going on. But you can hear this woman, and she goes, "Shut up."
Okay.
But she says something behind it, and Jen and I have listened to it multiple times. I think it says "Shut up, Nick," or "Shut up," something that starts with N. I don't know. You can hear it and see what y'all think. I know last time I was here you said it's fine that it's fine, but I know you don't like women in your cell. I mean, if you don't want me in there, I won't go in there. We kept getting music over Spirit Box too. That was it. It says, "Shut up." I think it says "Shut up, Nick." I think it says "Shut up, Nick." I don't know who. I don't know if there's an inmate named Nick. I don't know who she was talking to, but she was telling someone to shut up. And what is weird is the women's cells were on the bottom floor. So why is there a woman up there? Unless it's Lulu, Sheriff Joe Perry's wife. But Giselle said that she thinks she's a residual because she tries to communicate with her and she doesn't respond, but she sits in a chair in the sheriff's bedroom. But I don't know, it could be anybody. I don't know. I know there's one spirit, she said, you can look at it in the video, but she said there's one spirit that she's there watching out over her two babies that were buried outside her cell. So it could be her. I don't know. But it was that was clear. I mean, that was clear. She had, like, I was holding the recorder. She had been right in the mic,
It was pretty significantly loud and very obvious.
Yeah, it is creepy. All right, and then this one's weird. So every time, like, I've seen the TV shows and all that, they always get like one or two words from the spirit box. We got a whole full-blown sentence. The most random sentence.
I love this one.
So I had no idea. Francis had no idea that Jen was hungry. Apparently, this spirit knew that she was hungry because he asked her if she wanted a snack. So let me find it. Here you go. So this is it. You want a snack? I would actually like to watch one of that. Awesome.
I love it. That one's my favorite.
I guess he heard or knew Jen was hungry and knew her stomach was growling and asked if she wanted a snack. And we were all like, what? And Jen just automatically goes, yeah, I would like a snack. That'd be great. And it just responds with an awesome. I'm just like,
oh, God.
What? I'm like, I've never in my life, that's just crazy. Like, I don't know.
Typically, when you ask somebody if they want a snack, you're going to offer a snack.
Yeah.
No, it's just like,
just asking.
Cool.
He's just asking. Oh, God. It was weird. So the next one is even weirder. So we had the Boo Bear with us again. Boo Bear,
I wouldn't have that thing anywhere near me.
He answering questions. He getting responses for all of us. So we had gone to Gym Pop, gone in all over to the jail. Came back to Gym Pop. Weren't getting anything. So I was telling Francis about this picture that my friend Casey at work got when he was there. I'll show you that picture too. But we were telling him about that picture, which I'm going to show you. Hold on. I can't do this and talk at the same time. I don't know why.
Multitasking.
I can't multitask and do this at the same time. Yeah, I know, Kitty.
Hello.
All right, so I'm going to share the picture. All right, let me go to it because I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can blow it up a little better. Oh, here, let me see. All right, so here is the picture. Let me make sure you can see it. All right, well, no, you can't really see it. But in this picture right here, kind of where I'm circling, there is a soldier standing there. You can see his head. When you blow the picture up, you can see his eyes and his mouth, and you can see his jacket. He's actually holding a gun. When you can put it on your computer and like mess with the contrast, and you can see that he's actually holding the gun. I wish I could blow it up a little bigger. I don't know if I can or not on here.
I thought you had it there for a second.
I did. I have it blown up, but
Yeah, you can see it right there.
yeah, well, I don't know if
It's just a little blurry.
y'all can't see it, but we can see it. But yeah,
It's definitely
mhm.
a male figure.
Yeah. I mean, you can here. Let me do it this way. Maybe that will help a little bit, but you can see it. I mean, you can kind of see him sitting there. But I was trying to show Francis this picture and was trying to say, hey, this was caught here on the window. Here, let me see if I can show you the original picture. Hold on, give me a second. All right. So that's the original picture. So you can see in the picture the bottom cells, and then on the top is the top cells, and that just walks around. But on the walls, they've got like artifacts of like guns and things like that in History Museum. But that's where the picture was taken. But when you zoom in on you zoom in on this window right here, that's where the soldier is. He's right there. So anyway, back to the original story. So I'm trying to tell Francis about this picture. And of course my phone is dead. And I'm like, oh, my phone's dead. I'm like, Jen, I know you have it. I sent it to you on Facebook. Can you show it to him? And he's like, yeah, while you're finding that, I'm going to find my picture too. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we're sitting there looking on our phones. And then Boo Bear goes, can you repeat this? And I'm like, and so he's over to talking. And so we're looking at pictures and stuff. But Boo Bear got a response to that.
Do not buy Boo Bear.
See if I can't. Where is it at? Is it not on here? Oh, yeah, it's right here. All right, here it is. You see the soldier in the soldier. You probably won't be able to hear the voice we call because it's so low.
My phone's about dead.
Can you finish this?
That's what Boo Bear sounds like. He got a knock after it.
I'm more disturbed by Boo Bear. Give me the ghost. Give me the crawler.
Yeah, that the EVP is so quiet, and so you're gonna have to go to my channel, and you're gonna have to go to the YouTube channel and go to the shorts section because I have it there, and you're gonna have to listen with like your headset or your earbuds or something to actually hear it. But you can hear him go, "I'm here," and it's so quiet and so low. It's creepy. But Boo Bear he got 3 responses. He got 2 knocks and I'm here. And none of us heard it. We were all concentrating on our phones trying to find pictures. And as soon as I was like, oh, here's a picture. Then he talked again. He asked something else or something. I can't remember. It's this on there. But that's some creepy stuff.
Say no to the Boo Bear.
All right. So I got like 30 more minutes. So we'll kind of describe to you our first experience there. Let me pull up the video real quick. Let's see. So that way I can have a reference. Let me see. All right. So here's the original video on YouTube. Before I say anything else, none of this footage has been altered or touched. The only thing that's been touched is I've added text to it, and in the center, well, like between clips, I'm like explaining on what's going on, and I added music to it. That's the only thing that's been added, but the clips are general raw footage. So to start off with, we get there, and Audrey's out of the film.
Sorry.
So we get there, and the first thing to do is give you like a 30-minute rundown of the history of the place, which I already knew. Audrey didn't know. This is for Audrey's first time there.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kayla Ray.
So they're telling you about all the equipment, what's going on, things like that. Here, let me put it with chats. Yeah, so while we're going through this, you guys questions if you want to. I got the chat up here so I can answer questions. But we get there, and they're like, yeah, we're going to talk to you about 30 minutes in a 2-hour investigation, and then we'll have a 30-minute little post-investigation talk. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we're sitting there telling us the history of the old jail, and I'm like, all right, cool. Telling us about the equipment, telling us what we're probably going to experience. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, what have I got ourselves into?
I was audibly saying, what have you gotten me into?
I was just sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, like, do I really want to do this for you too? Do I really want to make this my Halloween video of us probably getting possessed and touched by the crawler?
Especially when Fran started talking about the crawler.
Yeah. I was just like, oh God.
We hadn't even gone inside the building yet.
No, I'm just like, great. Okay, awesome sauce. This is how we die.
Yep.
We're never going to see us again. So, of course, I'm the first one in the jail after all this.
Works for me.
Oh, my God. Like, my eyes are watering from laughing. But, so we go to the kitchen area, and they have everything laid out. The thermal stuff, K2 meters, spirit boxes, the whole 9 yards, dowsing rods. So everyone started, grabbed their stuff and went upstairs. And I said, all right, let's just go to maximum security. So we walk around maximum security, and Audrey's there with the flare gun and the...
I was super stoked.
And the K2 meters. So she's, walking around looking. I have my camera. Generic camera for YouTube that's got night vision. That is no longer with us anymore.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why after this nice talk about the video. Oh my God. Like, ugh. But anyway, so we're walking around. You can see in the video, hold on, let me get to it. Let me fast forward to it. Where's it at? That's us messing with the cell. Well, we messed with that cell and it was nothing at all. It was before that. I think it might be right here. Let me look. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a second.
It almost looks like it's
Let me blow it up a little so y'all can see it.
Just take some pictures. Just take home.
Yeah, tell her to take pictures.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
All right, so I think it's right here.
And then this is like.
Yeah, right there.
Penitentiary.
So I said I dropped the camera because I got touched. So that was the creepiest thing that had ever happened to me, getting touched by a spirit. So before we went in, they were saying that yeah, if you get touched, it's going to feel like electrical cobwebs, and that's what it felt like. It felt like if you take the hair in your arm, like you smooth it out, and you flip it back, and you feel the hair moving back to where it normally. That's how it felt like times 10. But I had the camera. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate. I had the camera like this, filming, and I panned around. I'm in the middle of the room, nothing around me, and it was this arm that got touched, and it was just like 2 fingers just touching my elbow right there, and it touched me again. But as soon as I went, whoo, I was like, oh, something, something touched me. That's why I jerked the camera.
I promise it was not me.
Yeah, she was too busy looking in the cell.
I was completely ignoring Kayla.
I even told her, I was like, oh, I got touched. And she just completely ignored it.
I did a double. I was like, wait, what?
But that's not the only time I got touched. But yeah, it was weird. Like I don't know how to explain it, but electrified cobwebs. It was weird. And then so we were done with maximum security because nothing really was going on there. We went to the women's cells and really didn't catch anything there either.
Nah.
Audrey gave this long speech because Sheriff Joe Perry would go around and just arrest women for no reason at all. He was a sheriff there for 30 years. I mean, even if they had their ankles exposed, they would throw them in jail. If you're a woman and you were married, and your husband did something horrible, he would throw you in jail for your husband's, doing. And they're like, oh, we're just putting her in there for a couple of days, and he would leave you there for like a year or longer. And so Audrey gave this big, huge speech about, about how
it's because of women like that that we can walk around barefoot, shorts, no bra. So, mad props.
Yeah, so I mean, but we didn't really get anything out of that, which I'm surprised.
They probably thought I was crazy, which they ain't far off from the truth.
All right, so
Did you make friends while you were here?
This other little section, hold on, we'll get to it in a second, maybe. Yeah, so this little section right here that I'm filming, Giselle told me that there's a spirit up there that just hangs out and is scared to come out and visit, but you can catch him up there. And I was catching the orbs up there. And that's what that is. But let me see. Let me get to the other section. Yeah, that's all of them hanging out. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was we were just walking. We didn't really catch anything with us just walking around. See? All right, so here, this is one of the things I said out loud. So when you go to the old jail and you walk up the stairs, there's this little like watchtower thing, and they talk about the hangings and stuff. And they have there's been 8 recorded hangings, and they have their names listed on the wall, things like that. But that's not what this happened, but that doesn't have anything to do with what happened here. So I'm standing in the middle of this room, and it felt like something was going across my leg. And I was like, oh, maybe I brushed up against something, whatever. Getting to this room, it went behind me between my legs and wrapped around my left leg. And I'm sitting here going, oh, God, it's the crawler. It's the crawler. The crawler is all over me. It's trying to get.
I thought she was going to jump out of her skin.
I was terrified. I was like, the crawler is. I was like, I knew this would happen to me. The crawler was going to attack me. whatever. So I said it in this room that something was going around my legs, and Audrey was like, "Would you use? Did you touch the cannon? Not the cannonball?
Yeah, as there was a big cannonball right behind her." So I was like, are you sure you didn't just brush up against a cannonball?
And I was like, no, I'm like far away from it. And so we get back to Gym Pop where Giselle is, and there's a family of 3 there with us. And I asked her about it. And hold on, I'll tell you, I'll play you what her response is. Let me get to it. All right, hold on, give me a second. It's far up in here. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
All right.
How you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute.
It's so cool how she knew, she knows them by their voices and even by their stick figures on the SLS camera.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
Yeah.
Dan, are you in here right now?
This is where Dan talked to me.
Do you mind if she comes in with you? He doesn't usually like ladies to go in, and he does hit a little bit sometimes.
And he said it's fine.
It's okay.
So,
Do not hit her.
You see, like,
all right, so you're getting ready to hear her answer to my question.
I mean, I've been getting touched all night.
Yeah, and I was like, I've been getting touched all night. I don't know what's going on.
Touched right now on my ankle.
That may be our dog friend. He's here too. I have a spirit dog. He's about this big and this high up, and he'll brush against people's legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm feeling from here and there. It feels like it's like
It
On
felt
your
like
legs?
the cat rubbing up against
Yeah,
the
that'd
leg.
be it. Yeah, that's him. Her name is Ginger.
okay.
Yeah, she's probably. I can't see her. I see dead people and dead animals, so that's why.
So yeah, so
Really cute. She's very cute.
let me pause it. So apparently Ginger, the dog, was brushing up against my legs the whole time. Thank God it was the dog and not a creeper. That's all I gotta say. But like it didn't feel like the electrical. It literally felt like Lilo. Where's she at?
Lilo.
She was out here. It felt like her just rubbing against my leg. It felt like a gust of wind, like concentrated gust of wind, but not really wind, going around my leg. Like if you take a piece of ribbon and wrap it around your leg and pull it, that's kind of what it felt like. It didn't really feel electrified or anything. It just felt like,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it was weird. And then I felt it gush, like the wind gush between my legs and go wrap around my left one. And it was weird. But that's the only way I can describe that. But I don't know. It was weird. But that's the only time I got touched was after that. I didn't get touched anymore. Well, when we were in there by ourselves, I got touched again by the dog because I felt her. But also, when Jen and I were there, and that 45 minutes where everything was exploding with the REM pods and all that, my arms and legs and feet felt tingly. It felt like if you have Pop Rocks in your mouth, but it was Pop Rocks on my arms and legs. And
they really like you.
Yeah, and like I kept being fidgety. I'm like, God, I'm itchy. Like it felt more itchy than anything. But then the second time we went up there and we were getting nothing, I didn't feel any of that. And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe I am a little sensitive. I'm not saying that I'm a bee or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I think you have a sensitivity to it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was weird. Oof. But yeah. So also, if you watched a video, it's like a big, huge, long section. Hold on, because they said it earlier. Where is it at? It's going to take me a while to find that part. I'm not going to worry, but so you can kind of see the group of three in this video. It's the guy in about the glasses and the girl, and then their dad was there. If you do go out and want to do your own experiences with ghost hunting stuff, I'm not an expert. It's my first time doing it, but this is just from what I've watched and from what I've heard. And I filmed this in September 8th, and I edited it for 8 months so I could get everything that I possibly could get. And every time I watched this little bit of these three, every time that spirit box went off, it was always something negative. There's one on there that said off the bed, no guarantees. And there's another one. I can't remember what the other one, but it's all like negative. What they were doing, especially the dad, he was in the cell and he was sitting there going, if you touch me, I'll leave. I want you to sit beside me. If you do this, I'll do this. Kind of like demanding. And you can tell that they weren't liking it. So, I mean, go back and watch the full video.
Very antagonistic.
Yeah, and also in the video, like Giselle was saying when we were in the deputies' room, they're not show ponies. They're humans. They're spirits that are trapped here. She did say the reason why that there are spirits there is because there's nothing but serial killers, criminals, murderers there, and they know where they're going. So they'd rather stay at the jail and haunt the jail than go to him to move on.
That's fair.
That's fair. So I mean, they're humans. I mean, You gotta be treated. I mean, it's like be respectful. And they were not being respectful at all. I mean, even the medium was kind of pointing that out, and she was just like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, if you go on a tour anywhere, I know like Georgia's probably got some. I know South Carolina's got these tours with like professionals and stuff. But if you go, just go in like open minded and be respectful. Don't go in there and say, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that, because they didn't get anything all night. I got touched twice.
You are a little bit of a weirdo. I mean, we're just gonna put that out there.
I mean, yeah, but I got, but they were, because all night he was like, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch. I got touched. I didn't even ask for it, and I got touched twice. And then
you invited,
mhm.
but you didn't like. You were polite.
Yeah, I was polite about it, because as we were walking around, I was saying like you can communicate with us. Da, 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 da. Well, while we were there, because I think it might be in the video, he was trying to get something to touch him or sit beside him or something, and Giselle was saying he normally doesn't do that. The only way he communicates is through the REM pods, because that's all the energy he can get, to do, or it takes a lot of energy for them to do this. And so once that happened, I was like, hey, you can communicate. If you're communicating is just touching, which is all you can do is touch. Don't do anything else. Just touch. And I was like, I mean, if that's how you communicate, cool. I mean, that's probably what that spirit downstairs in the maximum security was trying to. I mean, that's probably how he could communicate, was just by touch. I don't know, but just be respectful. You don't want anything following you home.
And like I'm one that will try to debunk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the fence about it. I'm like, because I've had stuff happen on this trip that I cannot explain, but yet I don't know.
I'm the type, if I can't see it, it don't exist. But including the old jail, I have had some very interesting experiences in my life, cannot be explained. So I believe there is, something there. Whether it be a guardian angel, spirits, watching out for you, or just hanging out. It's always a good idea just to be respectful.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Yeah. Because, like, I watch a lot of ghost shows. My least favorite is Ghost Adventures, because of the same thing. The Zach Brannigan guy goes on there, starts yelling. I kind of think his stuff is kind of theatrical mixed in with a little bit of truth. But he goes in and starts yelling and yelling. And I mean, if I was a spirit and you came at me and started yelling, I would be ticked off. I wouldn't want anything to do with you. I'd be like, bye.
Spirit or living, I get ticked off at that.
But Kindred Spirits goes in there and they actually ask questions and like want to help. And but like their old jail episode, the reason why they were there was because one of the spirits is amped up. And it was Robert Lee. He was one of the guys that got hung with his best friend, but he was innocent. And before they hung him, he said that he would make sure that everyone knew he was innocent. And I guess for some reason he thought that everyone was forgetting it. I don't know, but he was causing more, activity in the old jail. And that's when they found out. They went to the courthouse and found the records, or the old jail, the records of him being there and saying, hey, I'm innocent, and that he would come back and prove that, that he was innocent. And once the story got told, he kind of calmed down. But Gisela did say if you call his name out there, he'll come through and talk. Some of them will come through. It was him. Another other two. I don't know. I can't remember who was. There's a lot of names. But yeah. So if you ever do anything like this, just be respectful. Don't go in and start demanding. Don't start, stirring stuff. Don't be playing with the dark entity mess.
Definitely not.
And like at the end of the video, I mean, the girl here in the clip, she even said it at the end when they were messing. in the sheriff's office with the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just show you. I'll go ahead and show you the clip.
The chain, man.
All right, so this Bible right here is Sheriff Joe Perry's
Pouring
Bible.
out. You ready? There we go.
So when she opens up the Bible, this device just starts spitting out words.
You see that? Yeah, it's like it's pouring messages. It's flooding, and this is something that psychics actually they encounter this, and they get totally like ridiculously exhausted because this kind of happens.
I mean, it's a legit Bible.
We're getting flooded.
There's nothing in it.
And
It's
none of
a
this makes
legit
any sense, but
Bible. Audrey touched it.
Yeah, I went up to it, looked at it.
And it's on a low sensitivity setting. So again, we'll go ahead and shut it.
But yeah, so when he shuts the Bible, which is we will see in a second, puts it back on there, and it doesn't say anything. So let me pause this. Fun fact: when me and Jen were in there, and we were at the gym pop, the table we were sitting on, the metal table, nothing underneath it, because I mean I felt underneath it. One specific spot on that table, this happened again. We put that device on there, and it started spitting out words. It was spitting out numbers, states, and names. It even spit out this. You better. It spit this out. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, you're just nonchalant about this. But yeah, it spit out Jen's name, which is crazy. But that's how it would spit out names, states, and numbers, like numbers meaning like years and like things like that. It was weird. But if I would move it an inch, it would stop. Put it back, it would start again. So he's saying that it's probably a portal, because Giselle did say that there is a portal in the deputy's room, and she said that's why reason why Sheriff Joe Perry is there. He's still working. He's still working to keep things in the old jail. So he could probably keep that on crawler in there.
He might be the crawler.
He might be the crawler. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, so we were like, how did, because he said that this has never happened before, and so we were like, well, how did, what were y'all doing? She flat out said, we were in here antagonizing Sheriff Joe Perry,
trying to make him angry.
Yeah, trying to make him angry. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you go in there and make a spirit angry? Like, that's ridiculous. And she was specifically telling him, I don't know if you heard it, but I heard her say it, that they were in there saying, I bet your children are very proud of you of what you did here. I mean, like, stuff like that.
Really rude stuff.
I mean, given he was there for 30 years and he did some horrible stuff, but he's still a human being.
Yeah.
And Giselle, and I think she said Chip also talked to him too. But the reason why he's there is to keep them there so they don't leave. So, I mean, he's kind of doing good. I don't know. But I mean, why would you go in and just stir up stuff like that? That's ridiculous. Like, don't do that. Don't be this family of 3 and just go in there and stir up stuff. Trying to think what else happened. Oh, I can show us sitting in the where is it at? Yeah, here we go. Gel. So,
Gel.
I'll show that too. Oh, okay, I'll show this. Hold on. This is really good right here. I didn't catch this until a month later after watching this video. Music. I gotta find out some bluegrass music. I'll give it a second. I'm guessing y'all don't like the bluegrass music because no one's responding to it. Y'all like? Along with it. Yeah, they were upset. They were like, moving on to something else. You don't like this music? You're like, go along with it.
Hey, bluegrass ain't for everybody.
Did it do it again? So, right here we're smelling some. I smell cigar
smoking a cigar or
but
a cigarette?
The only light source here. The only light source here is the street lights outside and a light on the top. There's like one light, and you can see it kind of shining on the table a little bit.
You don't think what?
But every time I watch this, I keep thinking there's gonna be a ghost or something's gonna walk by that door.
Same.
Measure what?
But he did. Fran did see
Is there
a
anyone
shadow
here that
behind
was
Jen.
not in the jail?
We should caught that on camera.
Were they just passing through? Are they related to our? So you're laughing at it. So no. So all of y'all were in the
too
jail.
far forward. Hold on.
The jail.
There it is.
The jail. The jail.
You can't. You have to really have your earbuds in to hear it, but you can hear what sound like a cell door slamming on the top. And I caught that the first time, but then like a couple weeks later when I watched it again, I saw the light dim at the same time the noise happens. And I was like, oh my God, there's no way anyone can be up there.
Exactly. It's closed off.
Yeah. It'll show it again.
Y'all were in the jail? Y'all were in the jail?
You see the oh, I'm so glad I caught that.
The words, the bird.
Oh my God. Also, let me see. Let me get back to Giselle with the thing. Here, I'll go. I'll show you Marcus. So she said Marcus doesn't like to come out when there's people in the room, but he'll come out when people leave. But she caught him on the SLS.
We're out of your room now. There he is. Hi, Marcus. How are you? Can you raise your arm and let me know you hear me?
This device is
Can
really
you wave? Can you wave? Can you raise your hand and let me know that you hear me? No. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
like a huge wave.
Marcus, are you in your 20s?
Yeah, so she didn't want to say this, so I'm going to say this because this is my channel and I'm live streaming.
Oh, Lord.
So she warned us about a spirit named Andrew, who's a 13-year-old boy. She has caught him doing nasty things that 13-year-old boys like to do.
Yep.
So at one point she was looking at it and goes, "Oh no, this looks like Andrew. If it's going to be Andrew, we're going to have problems." That's why she said that.
Yeah.
And then Marcus, who you just saw, just likes to come out. But she also catches Lulu, the sheriff's wife, and but she thinks she's residual because she doesn't respond, but she sits in the same spot. Also, she said that that coat rack, they like to hide in the coat rack, and you think you're looking at the coat rack, and then they just come out of the coat rack, which is creepier.
Now that I'd scream about. If I had the SLS in my hand, I would scream.
And what's funny is they laugh about it when she points it out. Hold on, let me see if I can't find that clip. A little bit. Maybe.
Ooh,
yeah, here you go.
There. Ooh. Who's this?
And it's so cool how she can recognize everybody.
What? It's magic?
It is magic.
That's the co-rack.
Wow.
Little trick thing. But you gotta watch out. Sometimes there's. Andrew, did you just do that?
Andrew's
Look,
little boy.
almost a full battery.
Picture on
He
boy.
does that sometimes. What's really funny is they'll trick you. I'll be like, oh, it's just that, and then they'll come out of it and walk away. You'll see, yeah, they're like you little,
Wow.
you little, and
they laugh
yeah,
at her.
you laughed at it. You laugh at me, don't you? But they're
I think it's
kindred
funny.
spirits, as you heard. They're coming tomorrow.
Yeah,
at
that's
the end of
awesome.
this, upcoming week.
But yeah, I mean, it's just because when Jen and I went, Giselle wasn't there. It was just Frances. But I'm so glad she was there because she added extra fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And she was telling us stories because apparently they don't communicate with each other. They do, but they don't tell each other their experiences for some reason. Because Frances didn't know, because when Jen and I went and I started the Lizzo stuff, he didn't know anything about it. And I said, well, this is what Giselle did last time we were here. She played music for him. So I don't think they tell each other, I guess just to keep it authentic. I don't know.
It could be, because Giselle's obviously going to have a very different experience with them than Fran would.
Yeah, but it was so cool how she could, like, especially with Marcus, and she told us about Marcus, and she turned around and she's like, "Oh yeah, there you are, Marcus," and I'm like, and like I'm just like, and you can see there's nothing there. Like I tried to show that there was nothing there because I had night vision on my camera, and I showed in the video like with the night vision off, you could see how pitch black it was.
Mm-hmm.
But with my night vision, I could see everything. So there wasn't no, compressed air or, someone grabbing your leg. No, like I told her that before. I said, hey, I got night vision on my camera. Can I film? She was like, oh yeah. She said, we would be, very, upset if you didn't. And that's how I was catching orbs. I kept telling them like, hey, there's orbs flying around. And of course that family of three just ignored it. And there's one part where that girl was in her. She's like, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so. And then, like, she didn't introduce her, didn't ask who I was. And I was just like, I'm Kayla. But they just completely ignore. Every time I was like, hey, there's some orbs over here flying, like, by the REM pod. Ignore me. And I'm like, I'm trying to help y'all. Like, hey, they're over here. Or, hey, there's a lot of orbs over here. Why don't you come over here and, confirm it. But that family was a trip. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about your experience? Because that's mainly all of the high points.
I'm still kind of in awe about it. It's like, it was a long night. It was a long, very intriguing night.
Oh my God. Yeah. So it was on September 8th at 11:59 p.m. But actually started at 12. So we were there from 12, maybe 4 a.m. I mean, you can also tell in the video of me talking, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I mean, it wears you out. I don't know if it's because it was late at night. Well, Audrey took a nap before we went. But I don't know if it's because it was late at night. But I felt more drained leaving there because they use your energy. So I don't know. And I guess for me being a little sensitive, I guess that was a big, huge.
I think that's probably how it helps them to communicate too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said with Giselle there's a lot more activity in the whole building.
Yeah.
And her being a medium, I feel like because of that energy, it might. I'm not an expert. I'm just speculating. But I would think it's possible, like with people who are more sensitive to the other side, that energy might help them to communicate. So yeah, like you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
They pull on that energy, which can drain you.
Yeah. And also they're there every night doing this. Well, every night that there's a tour, because there was almost not a tour with me and Jen. It was just me and Jen, but they're there every night, and like they're there to. I don't know, because Francis is more of a he comes off as a like you got to show me the evidence, but Giselle was more in tune with everything, and she's there almost every night. I'm guessing doing these tours, so she knows everyone by name. She knows, what they look like on the SLS camera. I mean, it's weird. It's like that's some like intense in tune level of.
Oh yeah.
It's just really, it's really something. Also, I don't have this on film. This is like the last big thing, but that family of 3 were walking around, with the same equipment. I don't know what that equipment is called because we didn't really use it, but the one that was on the Bible, and they were talking, and Grandma came through, and W came over, and I didn't know this until we were having our little post investigation, and he was all high and mighty talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, my grandmother's last name is Williams, and da 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 da, and like, and just kept right on about it. And he's like, but that's all we got. He said, we tried to communicate with him for 30 minutes, and that's all we got. And I'm like, all right. So I waited till after he got done talking. And I was like, hey, your grandma's story? And he was like, yeah. I said, I got one better for you. I said, this whole time me and Audrey have been walking around the jail, I've been saying, if anyone wants to communicate with us, you can, even if it's mine or Audrey's ancestors, past relatives, whatever. I said it on the first floor and the second floor. And I told him, I was like, my grandmother on my dad's side died when I was 16, and we were close. And I said, and my last name is Waller, starts with a W. And as soon as I said that, Giselle did this number. She was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And she said, that was probably for you. And I'm like, yep. But I can't confirm it because I wasn't there when that was going on. I bet you if I was there and I started talking, they probably got answers.
Very possibly.
But I think because I was going around saying that, and because Giselle was saying that when you ask a question, you have to wait a little bit because it takes them a while to respond. Like in the video, that girl was asking how many are there here, how many spirits are here. And it took them a while to finally say 12. And actually 2 of them answered, or she got 2 responses the same with 12. And when Jen and I were there, it was 14. I think we got 14. I think. And then so it's really weird on how like you can just ask a question, 30 minutes later get a response. So that's probably what was going on. I was walking around saying this, and I got a response through someone else. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I wasn't there when that happened, but it's probably what it was. But Giselle really thinks it was, and she's the medium. So I mean, I don't want to question that. But that was that's basically the gist of the old jail after dark. Old jail after dark. I don't know why I want to keep calling it after hours. After hours, I mean, because the jail is closed to the public. I guess is where I'm getting it from. I don't know. But yeah. If anyone, if you're watching this now, watching this later on, if you have any questions, you can leave a comment on the video. You can send us a question, or on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, on all of our medias. You can send us questions. You can even email us if you want to. The email is on the Facebook page as well. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about it?
I definitely recommend, if you are even remotely intrigued, to do a little ghost hunting. It's a safe environment.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like just go willy-nilly out somewhere, go ghost hunting. Unless I was, like Giselle or Kindred Spirits. But yeah, the old jail is definitely a place to go. You're definitely in a safe environment. They show you how to use everything, what to do, what not to do. And it's a really intriguing night out.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I also recommend the a ghostly encounter tour.
Absolutely.
They also do investigations. I know she said it in the video. They did an investigation at the Potter Wax Museum. We did a video on them. I didn't realize it was that old and that haunted. But she said that they took a bridal party there, and they were all drunk off of some, good tequila, and they caught some good stuff. I mean, everything that she showed in that video was like legit. They got all that authenticated through taps, I think. So everything is legit that she showed. But I know they do ghost tours. There's a whole bunch of other ghost tours. There's one, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's like a sheriff's ghost tour. There's a ton of them. You learn the history of the of St. Augustine. I mean, like deep history of stuff that they don't show you in the museums.
Yeah, the history that you get from that tour is amazing.
Mm-hmm. And it's legit. They have to be certified. It's not like, I'm not 100% sure that Beaufort has to be certified. I know their information has to be certified, because when I did a ghost tour with them, the information they got is legit certified information from like the courthouse, and like every story that they tell is legit. Here at St. Augustine, each tour guide has to be approved and licensed to give the tours. I don't know how it is with professional paranormal investigators. I don't know if they got to be certified. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that one either. I have to look into that. But yeah, if you're ever in St. Augustine, check them out. The Lighthouse also does paranormal investigations, which is what we're going to do next Halloween. It's going to be awesome.
Katie's going first.
So Jen has already said that Katie and I are going to have all the equipment while her and Audrey just stand off to the side and watch things unfold. And yeah, because just random stuff happens to the both of us. So the lighthouse is going to explode.
Probably.
The lighthouse is going to explode. Great. Awesome. But we're also going to look into some other tours as well. We did walk around the fort with ourselves and played with the ghost box. And I did get a really cool one. I was in the tower on the top. You should watch that video. It's Castello de San Marcos is the fort. But if you go up to the top, there's a watchtower. And I was in that watchtower. I had the ghost box going. And all of a sudden, I got duck out of the spirit box. So I was trying to say, hey, I was like, who's shooting at us? Is it the British? Is it the Spanish? Who's shooting at us? And I never got a response. So I thought it was really cool. I got a duck. So that's all we really got from there. We didn't really get much from there.
No, not too much.
Yeah. Those during the day.
We were also we're trying to be respectful of everybody else that was going on the tour.
Yeah. We're trying not to freak anybody out. Because I can already see walk around with the spirit box and someone's gonna come up and get highly offended, or they're like, we don't believe it, you shouldn't be doing that, but anyway. But yeah, so like I said, if you're watching this, have any other questions for us, questions about the tours, our experience, things like that, leave a comment, message us, email us, everything like that, and just let us know. You can even tell us your experiences if you want to.
Would love to hear them.
Yeah,
there's haunted things everywhere.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're subscribed to the channel, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not, please subscribe. It will help our channel grow, and it will help everyone get to experience our adventures. Also, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. In the description below, you can get some cool Waller Adventures merch. There'll be a link to it. There's a link to it on our Facebook channel as well. Get cool merch like this one that says Waller Adventures.
Mine's on the way.
Ghost Chasers. Today will be the last day for this shirt, but we'll probably have some more next year. Also be on the lookout for our Christmas merch. We got some Christmas merch coming out too. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video.